This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
We're here in the city of Yavneh, the seat of the Sanhedrin in the time of Rabban Gamliel. Now, we know that when Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai snuck out of the city of Yerushalayim during the siege on Yerushalayim, he met Aspasionis Caesar, he met Vespasian, and Vespasian said he was very impressed with Rabban Gamliel. He said, "Ask me for whatever you want," and Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai made 3 requests. One was, Tenli Yavneh v'chachameha. Give me the city of Yavneh and its sages. This is the city we're in. This is the seat of the Sanhedrin. Then he said, give me Shushalisa de Rabban Gamliel, the chain, the dynasty of Rabban Gamliel, because in order to preserve Klal Yisrael, the family of the Nesiim were the backbone of the Jewish people. And then he asked for a doctor for Rabbi Tzadok. So Rabban Gamliel really was the backbone of the Jewish people in the aftermath of the Churban, which explains some of the Hanhaga of Rabban Gamliel. We find in Shas on a number of occasions that Rabban Gamliel was very tough on Rabbi Yeshua. In fact, we find 3 times in Shas that Rabban Gamliel was, so to speak, unforgiving of Rabbi Yeshua. And the reason he accorded himself this way was he needed to act with authority to uphold the morale of the Jewish people in the aftermath of the Churban. Now, it's important to know there were 3 Rabban Gamliels. The first Rabban Gamliel was the grandson of Hillel. He was the first person to carry the title Rabban. The next Rabban Gamliel, the Rabban Gamliel that we're at here, was Rabban Gamliel in the times of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, Rabban Gamliel of Yavneh. Stam Rabban Gamliel in Shas is Rabban Gamliel of Yavneh. He is the one who formulated Shemona Esrei here in this city of Yavneh. He was the brother-in-law of Rabbi Lezer Haggadah, Rabbi Lezer ben Horkinus. And as we mentioned, he formulated Shemona Esrei. The third Rabban Gamliel was the son of Rabbi, the eldest son of Rabbi. That was the third Rabban Gamliel. This Rabban Gamliel, so the first one was the grandson of Hillel, is Rabban Gamliel Hazaken. Stam Rabban Gamliel is Rabban Gamliel of Yavneh. And the eldest son of Rabbi was also Rabban Gamliel. Now we mentioned something interesting, that Rabban Gamliel 3 times in Shas accorded himself with a lot of authority to Rabbi Yeshua. The amazing thing, if you look in the Gemara in Sanhedrin, the Gemara says that the majority of Sefer Ezra was written by Nehemiah. So why is it called Sefer Ezra? So the Gemara says that because Nehemiah said to Hashem, remember me in my merit, and he sort of invoked his own merit, and he said, Zachro li Hashem Elokai latoiva. So Hashem said, you're invoking your own merit, I'm going to take away your merit, and the name of the Sefer was not Sefer Nehemiah, but instead Sefer Ezra. And the Chida asks, well, wait a second, we call the Sefer Ezra and Sefer Nehemiah. It's already for hundreds of years, the Sfarim have been divided into 2. So this is not coincidence. The Gemara says that the name of the Sefer was taken away from Nehemiah, and yet we still call it Ezra Nehemiah. The Chida says, quoting Rabbi Yisrael Saruk, that Rabban Gamliel was the Gilgal of Nehemiah. And because Nehemiah asked Hashem to remember his chusim, so therefore he was punished and he had the Sefer taken away from him. But as a tikkun, Nehemiah came back as Rabban Gamliel. And Rabban Gamliel stepped down from his Nesios. He was deposed from his Nesios because of the way he accorded himself to Rabbi Yeshua. But once Rabban Gamliel was deposed, Nehemiah had a tikkun. Once Nehemiah had a tikkun, so now we could again go back and call it Sefer Nehemiah. But we don't want to take it away from Ezra, so we call it Ezra Nehemiah. So perhaps we could suggest this is exactly parallel to that which we find that after Rabban Gamliel was deposed, they didn't put Rabban Gamliel back entirely, but instead Rabbi Lezer ben Azariah maintained some Shabbosim, and Rabban Gamliel maintained the other Shabbosim. So too, once the Sefer was named Ezra, so it remains called Ezra, it's just called Nehemiah also. Amazingly, Ezra was Nisgalgel as Rabbi Lezer ben Azariah. So it's an exact parallel story. Rabban Gamliel was deposed. They put Rabbi Eliezer ben Azariah. When they brought Rabban Gamliel back, they didn't depose Rabbi Eliezer ben Azariah. So too, you had Sefer Nehemiah. Nehemiah was Rabban Gamliel. But then they had to make it Sefer Ezra because of a punishment to Rabban Gamliel. But when they restored it to Sefer Ezra, when they restored it to Sefer Nehemiah, they didn't remove Ezra entirely, but they kept Ezra's title in the name of the Sefer as well. So here we are, the kever of Rabban Gamliel, of Yavneh, redactor of the Shemona Esrei. May all of our tefillos be niskabel.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.